losses maybe take something different to just wipe away? How would you sort of classify a loss like that, and is that a little bit more tough to wash away and start fresh, or how does it resonate the next morning?
Well, it's probably easier actually, just because we didn't play well at all, right? It wasn't one of those games where it's a tight one and you lose it in overtime and you're thinking, man, we should have won that game. This was just when you wash away and you're down 1-0 and you get back to work.
Similar feeling to LA in that respect. It seems like you had some similar feelings.
I mean, different game. I thought in that game one that we came back and we actually had a chance to win that one. This one we came back, but we didn't deserve to win it at all. So, but yeah, same situation. We're down 1-0 and we're down 1-0 here. So
when you come back and it's 6-6, so you're thinking, okay, as poor as we're playing, we still might actually win this.
Yeah, for 30 seconds, I think, right? Whatever it was, they scored a shift or 2 shifts later, right? Yeah. So you didn't really have much time to think on it. But yeah, I mean, just a crazy game.
When you look back on it, Zach, after a sleep, what do you feel is lacking most, and how quickly can you fix that?
I think a bunch of things, to be honest. Defensive awareness, being physical, being hard to play against. We gave up way too many grade A chances early on. I mean, before we could blink, we were down 2-0, right? So that can't happen in a playoff game in round 2. So just numerous things, but yeah, just wash that one away and get ready for the next one.
Why do you think the power play just didn't generate anything?
I think it was just a symptom of the whole game. I mean, you can look at the power play and you take away that we got outworked. It's no different than 5-on-5. We got outworked. We didn't battle. We weren't physical. We didn't have a sense of urgency. So I think just a symptom of the whole game.
You guys have played a lot of good defensive hockey, but the fact remains, the last 2 times you played Calgary, they pumped 9 past you. Mm-hmm. Do we start to wonder if it's maybe it's not just about you? You got to figure out a way to counter what they do to you.
No, I mean, I think different games. Regular season's different than playoffs, but they have a good team. They got depth throughout their lineup. They work. They score in different ways. They score off the cycle, score off the rush, and I think we just have to get back to focusing on what we do best. And I think when we do that, we're a really hard team to play against.
Does this team need the kind of game you played in 6 and 7, a game where you give up 1 or 2 defensively? Is it got to be about your own net more than the other net at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're confident in our ability to score, and I think that we're confident that we're going to get chances. I think that the key for us is what can we take away? What can we not let them get? And I think in 6 and 7 we did that really well against LA, and I think this team has played really well when our backs have been against the wall, and when we've had a game where hasn't gone as well as we wanted to. I think we respond really well, so we're going to look to do that in game 2.
Sorry, can you take something, you spoke about responding well,
Mm-hmm.
The game in Minnesota, big, heavy team, hard forecheck, and they kind of ran your show a bit in that game, and you guys kind of bounced back. Can you take something out of that? Because Calgary plays with a physical impetus that's completely different than the way LA plays.
Sure, yeah, I mean, I think, anytime you get beat like that, you want to respond, right? They're a physical team, but I think you don't have to be the biggest guy to be physical. You just got to get in their way, get in the forecheck, be strong on your stick and do those things. And I think game 1 was a big wake up call for us to just get back to playing the way that we know we can. And like I said, we didn't really give ourselves a chance in game 1 to win that game.
It's the playoffs, and you're not going to win every game. But is it concerning to you that it's kind of been either really, really good or it's been really, really rough? Just the dramatic swings in the quality of your play that you might not want to see at this time of year. Is that fair?
No, I think it's fair. I mean, I think it's kind of, a little bit like the season that we've had. But I think for us, we want to remain consistent. I think that, games 6 and 7, we put together 2 strong games back to back. I think it was, led by strong defensive efforts, right? So I think that the blueprint's there for us to take that step, and like I said, this was an unorthodox game, so we're going to wash game 1 and get back to what we do best.
Zach, what do you do on an off day now? There's no skating. Are you a guy, do you sit in your room, are you watching Netflix movies, do you watch a lot of the tape? Like, how much do you ingest hockey, or do you go completely away from it today?
No, Yeah, a little bit of both. I mean, we watched film, we did a team meeting, and I think it's just about getting ready for tomorrow. So whatever that means for you. So for me, just recovering, taking it easy, going for a walk, and outside. I'll watch some of the shifts back and whatnot, but just focusing on getting my body ready for tomorrow and getting mentally reset. Probably watch some hockey later too, and just take it easy.
Zach, you're coming in so much about Battle of Alberta and everything. What did it feel like on the ice?
Yeah, probably the least like a playoff game that I've played in, which is weird. Just the nature of how it went. I think that as we go along here, it's going to be a lot harder to play in. I think the chances are going to be less on both sides, and I think that the emotions were high on both sides to go into that game. So, probably some nerves and jitters on both sides as well. Obviously, we got down too early, but these are games that you want to play in. The atmosphere was great, and we're excited for the opportunity.
Zach, were you
mindful of the fact in the immediacy after the game that, last time you gave up 9, you won 6 in a row. And as you pointed out to Ryan, there have been wild swings all season. You've had to park it about 8 different times. It seems like there's been 5 or 6 different seasons within a season. In that regard, does this somehow feel normal and it's easier to brush it off and get ready for the next one?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think, for us, it's, we've been on a roller coaster for a while. We were out of a playoff spot before Woody took over, and we've kind of had our backs against the walls since then. And even in the LA series, we blew them out a couple games and they came back and won. So I think that within a playoff series, each game's different, and you gotta just park it. No matter if you win 1-0, lose 1-0, win 10-6, lose 9-6, whatever the case may be. It's just one game, right? So we're down 1-0. We park it. We go back to the drawing board. We know what we have to do to be successful. We have a blueprint for that success, and now we go back and try to get a win game 2 and go for a split here.
What is the personal responsibility each of you have for making sure you start well? Because we talk a lot about your starts as a group, but really it comes down to each one of you. So as a player, how do you make sure, and what's your responsibility early in the game?
I think we've done it at times, so I think that everybody should have an understanding of what they need to do early on, right from the get-go. So it's up to every player to be ready. You can't get ready for another guy. You can try to pump them up and whatnot, but everybody's got to be individually ready for when that puck drops, because we know that when we start on time and we start well, we put ourselves in a really good chance to win.